Hey guys, it's Christine, also known as Ivy Winter. Thank you for joining me for another Disney video. Today was a requested video about how to plan for rain in Disney World. It happens all the time. Florida is a very rainy place, especially in the summer, even in the fall. You have some dry seasons, mostly beginning of the year, springtime, which is the least rainy months. But if you're going any other time of the year, and even then, you still have a chance of rain. And especially in the summer where it's downpours and thunderstorms, there really is a chance that this is gonna happen on your trip. The more days you have down there, the more likely it's gonna happen. And I really am a person who says, don't be afraid of the rain in Disney World. I feel like a lot of people see rain on the forecast and they freak out and they think all of their plans are ruined. But Disney World actually is a really great place to be in the rain because there are a lot of things that you can do to avoid it or prepare for it, and you can still have a really good time as long as you are open to having a good time. My first tip is to bring whatever you feel comfortable in. So whether that's a poncho, I don't personally like ponchos, they get a little hot for me, but some people really like a poncho. It's cheap, it's easy to throw on. I would recommend buying one from like Amazon or somewhere else rather than waiting to buy one in the parks, because they do sell for a lot more money in the parks. You know, they've got you there, so they want to make money off of that purchase. So I would say get a pack of a bunch on Amazon for a lot cheaper. I personally like to bring a raincoat. I have this Columbia raincoat that I have worn before that is bright and colorful, which is nice, and also is really, really good at keeping me dry. Some people bring umbrellas. I don't really recommend an umbrella because just think about it, you're walking around with an umbrella in crowds of people. I mean, I do it all the time here in the city and it sucks, it's terrible. So I wouldn't really bring an umbrella. If you do, make it one of those like mini tote ones. Do not bring like a huge umbrella. I don't even know, does Disney let you bring like huge golf umbrellas in? I don't even know, I've never really seen them, but I would say avoid that if you can, but if you do, bring something really small. And then think about the clothing that you're wearing. Make sure your shoes are either waterproof, or some people like to wear like flip-flops. I'm not the biggest fan of walking in flip-flops. I am terrible at walking in flip-flops, especially all day. But some people like to wear that, or like just open sandals, because it's easier for your feet to dry when it's just your skin, right? What we're more worried about is if your shoes start to soak or your socks start to soak. So if you have waterproof shoes, awesome, wear those. If you don't, I always recommend getting an extra pair of socks. Even if you do have waterproof shoes, you never know. I've had the moments where the water goes right into, you know, around my ankle, and now my socks are wet. So always bring an extra pair of socks, because wet socks can cause blisters. So if you have a bag with you, it's a small thing to bring that as well. I recommend not wearing jeans if you can avoid it, because jeans just take forever to dry. I love a good pair of denim shorts, but like even wearing them on Splash Mountain is a nightmare, because then my butt is gonna be wet for like 4 hours. So if you can wear cotton or linen, you know, women, if you want to wear a longer dress, just so if it's a windy, rainy day, you're not having that blowing all over the place. Whatever will dry faster is probably your best bet in terms of clothing. My second tip is to make sure you protect your electronic gear. This isn't just for vloggers. I mean, there's everybody out there who likes to take photos, whether on their phone or, you know, with an actual DSLR, a point and shoot camera, and you want to protect these things. It's very easy for them to get water damage. One thing I really like about the coat that I bought was it has very big pockets that zip up, so when it is coming down or I'm walking between certain areas, I was able to slip my camera in one pocket, my phone in another pocket, zip up. I know they were gonna be completely dry. Another great tip that I actually get from Rob that he does a lot is he wraps things up either in a poncho or like in a Ziploc bag. He does this even going on things like Splash Mountain. Protect your stuff. So I would invest in a few good sturdy Ziploc bags, or if you have an extra poncho, wrap your stuff up in that as you're going from point A to point B, because all you need is a few drops in the wrong place. Like I've had it happen before, water gets into the microphone area and then your sound is just shot. So try to protect your electronics as best as possible. If they get wet, the best thing that you can do is wait. If they suddenly stop working, wait for them to dry. Take the battery out of cameras, SD cards out, all of that stuff, and it might take several days, but wait for it to dry and see if you can salvage that piece of electronic. My next tip is if it's actually really downpouring, just wait it out. I mean, this is Florida weather we're talking about. It rarely downpours all day. It can if it's hurricane season. People have definitely seen, you know, whole trips where it's raining every day. But most days it will rain for a period of time, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, maybe an hour, and then it will stop and usually get very sunny and very humid and very hot very fast. So keep that in mind when you've got a raincoat and all of that to make sure you can take off those layers. But just wait it out. I think that if you can find a place to wait, to let the rain pass, you might find that the rest of your day is going to be fine. Obviously, keep track of your weather apps and all of that. They're really helpful to tell you how much longer there might be rain for. But don't panic and think that your whole day is ruined. Go to the park anyway, and if the rain hits, just wait. And then my next tip kind of coincides with that. How do you wait it out? What do you do? I think these are times to take opportunities for long sit-down meals, right? Like maybe you don't always do table service, but it's raining, so take the opportunity to have a long table service meal. Granted, it might not always be so easy to walk right into a place, but if you can look at your forecast ahead of time and know that there might be rain on XY day, try to get one reserved for that time so that you can really take your time with the meal and not have to rush because you're not going to be running to another ride because it's raining anyway, and like really enjoy it. Enjoy that experience. Another thing that you could do is character meet and greets that are indoors, things like in the circus tent in Magic Kingdom or the character spot in Epcot, and even the outdoor ones get brought indoors. So like one time it was raining pretty bad on this last trip in Epcot, and normally Donald in Mexico ends up meeting outside, but they moved him inside the Mexican pavilion because they had the space for that. So there are opportunities to still meet characters. Granted, these lines might be long because a lot of people want to do the same thing, kind of get inside, but maybe it even means moving a fast pass around and getting a fast pass for a meet and greet, and take the time to do that. This is also a great time to go shopping, really go shopping. So you've been saying that you've been wanting to get some souvenirs, but you haven't had time to stop in the Emporium or Mouse Gears or anything like that. Definitely go shopping. The funny thing that I find with the rain is like you would think, oh, everyone's gonna be mulling about the Emporium in the rain, but what I find people actually do is they just come into the doorways and they wait. And they stare out there and they wait for the rain to stop because they're just itching to get to their next thing. And there aren't as many people actually shopping. So you're gonna have some space to maneuver around and buy some things while everyone is huddled by the doors waiting for the weather to clear up. And hopefully by the time that you're done getting everything that you want, you can go walk right out and have a beautiful sunny day. And if you buy a lot of merchandise, remember that you can send that to the front of the park, or if you still have a couple of days left in your trip, you can even send it straight to your resort. So don't worry about having to carry that around afterwards. My last tip is to take advantage of anytime fast passes that might occur. So if you have a fast pass for Test Track and it goes down because of the rain and lightning, they're gonna give you an anytime fast pass that's gonna let you go on to another ride in Epcot at any time that you want during that day. So look on the bright side in terms of, even though you might be missing this specific ride, you're gonna have the flexibility now with an anytime fast pass to ride almost any other ride. They usually do not include the biggest rides. So like, you know, Animal Kingdom, they're not gonna give you Flight of Passage, but you know, you will be able to maybe go on Dinosaur. Keep an eye on your app, because when a ride goes down, you go, oh no, we had a fast pass. It's gonna automatically update in your app and give you an anytime fast pass, and you can use it on anything else. Or if you want, wait out that rain, use it on the ride that was down that might now be back up. The last thing I wanted to address, that like when I was looking at, you know, people in general talking about rain in the parks, a big thing that came up, in fact, one of the top Google searches was a rain refund on tickets. There is no such thing as a rain refund at Disney World. Just because it rains doesn't mean you're gonna melt. I know that it is really not the most ideal situation to be in, but Disney will not refund you just because of rain. And that is why you need to make the best of it and be prepared, and remember that it is just water. At the end of the day, if you get wet, you get wet. It's uncomfortable, but you'll be okay. And you know, you just have to make the most of it. I've had some of the most fun days in the rain because of everyone else kind of freaking out and leaving, and then I get to go on rides faster or experience things that maybe I wouldn't have before. I would like to know how you do Disney in the rain. Everyone has different sorts of tips and tricks and things that they like to do, so let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, then like it. If you like me, you should subscribe because I make videos every single week. I will be down in Disney soon, just about 20-something days from when this video is going out, April 28th through May 2nd. So if you see me down there, please say hi. I'm going to be carrying a bunch of TTA podcast pins with me that I would like to, I don't know, give away to people who are awesome. So definitely say hello. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a great rest of the day.